So let's tackle a couple things real quick. One of the points you made early on was that toxic, taking care of toxins. Um, uh, uh, Activated charcoal. We're just really familiar, really good at taking care of toxins. The challenge is big molecules. It's big crystals. That doesn't get into our system to manage any sort of toxicity. It stays in our stomach and just goes through our system. So we know that this molecule actually gets into the mitochondria. So it actually gets in at a subcellular level. It is carbon. It is kind of a magnet. It can hold up to 6 negatively charged electrons, which is what causes it to be a great antioxidant. And we think it operates differently than other antioxidants. So I just want to throw kind of toxicity out there. Liver, it's interesting that you mentioned in the original study. So this goes back to the study published in 2012 out of the University of Paris. My director of research said that paper could have been 5 separate papers, right? And the first 3 that come off the top of my mind are a longevity paper, a paper about tumor growth, or lack of tumor growth, and then actually an oxidative stress report where they injected the rats with carbon tetrachloride, which is a poison. The rats that were in the water group and the olive oil group did not recover from that injection. And actually, the way they test, the way they're looking for any sort of recovery is by looking at the livers, at the condition of the liver. The rats that were given really the MyVitalC formula did recover, right? So you talk about having a positive impact on the liver. We're there, right? And that's addressing oxidative stress in the liver. When we think about inflammation, there's the FDA, and this is really wholly true. And I wish it were more nuanced. But the FDA says if you're talking about inflammation, you're talking about disease, right? It's just a fact that you're talking about it. It's not like you're talking about hydration and then hydration has other things. It's like if we're talking about inflammation, we're almost inherently talking about Alzheimer's or arthritis or cardiovascular disease. We're talking about these acute things. So we're not able yet. We have more research to do to talk about inflammation as it relates to inflammation in general. What we can talk about is like your friend who walks 8 miles a day feels inflamed on a regular basis because that's a long distance to be walking. We've all had a tough workout. If it's exercise induced inflammation, then the FDA allows us to talk about improving that inflammation. So, and I like to throw in, we fit very naturally in an anti-inflammatory diet. That's the diet associated with blue zone people who tend to live longer, people who tend to have reduced incidences of stroke, people who tend to have reduced incidences of heart attacks. We fit in with the diet that they're known for. I do want to throw in just real quick our disclaimer, right? The FDA has not evaluated our product. It is not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease. I think that's a legal requirement, and I think it's the correct thing to share with the audience in general.